And welcome back to Let's Play Silent Hill 2, my fellow lost souls. Last time, we managed to find Laura within the hospital, but she trapped us in a room. Not really sure how, I guess she had the key to the door. Whatever. Anyway, she trapped us in a room, we had a boss fight, and now we are in the alternate Dark World hospital. Going into this area, I mentioned previously, but going forward, we more or less can use our shotgun as the preferred weapon going forward. There is a limited amount of ammo for it at this point, so there is the potential for running out, but by the end of this, we're going to find a ton of ammo for it, and basically be able to use it for the rest of the game, no problem. Also, man, this is not going the way I was intending. Oh well. So yeah, that was not exactly how I wanted that to go. I was just trying to knock them both down and then kick them, but unfortunately the distance on the one in the back was just enough that I wasn't able to really line up the shots properly. Now if you walk into the back of this room, and then walk out, or... Okay, there we go. Yeah, just some glass shattering. Similar to a hospital room in the first game. Nothing too spooky. I hope I didn't scare you with the jump scare there. There isn't anything critical on the first floor of the alternate hospital, but there are a handful of items to get. You know, a first aid kit that I immediately had to use because I got whacked by these stupid nurses, and some handgun bullets. By the end of this, we're going to want to have around... Oh, geez. We're going to want to have around 40 handgun bullets at least, but obviously as many as we can get would be preferred. So I'll try and be a bit more conservative with those. Yeah, the shotgun is nice because at the right range, it will knock down the nurses in a single shot and allow us to just kick them to death immediately. If you knock them down, do a point-blank shotgun blast, and then let them get up and do another point-blank shotgun blast, that will also kill nurses every single time, so it's a reliable way to get gunfire kills now, which is nice to have when you're doing a ranking run. And really, in Silent Hill 2, you should not focus on getting shooting kills until you have the shotgun. Kind of the opposite of the first game, honestly, where you couldn't use the shotgun at all due to the aiming system. Anyways, some bullets in here. This room we do have to come into, and the second floor is the first place you have to go if you want to actually be able to complete this area efficiently. Get a dry cell battery, a basement storeroom key, part of the wallpaper is torn, and, yeah, that was pretty creepy. What did you say there? Yeah, the text in this game has a pretty infamous thing where anything you do, even if you just, like, nudge the control stick, advances it, so it's very easy to speed through it before you can actually read it. What's this note? I was locked up inside the basement's basement. It was so small and dark, and I was so afraid. I dropped my precious ring, but I will never, ever go back there. So apparently there is a sort of sub-basement within the hospital's basement, and that guy was not a fan. Wonder if it triggered some claustrophobia in him. Alright. Take this one, get a kick. Alright, so we don't actually have any ammo to reload my shotgun with, so we do have to be a little careful with the room that I'm going into. Let me see. Going into room 203. And just want to immediately go right, try and get the nurses... Oh, that is not going the exact way I intended. Whatever. Yeah, what I wanted to do was go right, then blast one down, and then try and angle it so that I could shoot the other one and knock them over. But unfortunately, James kind of prioritized kicking in that instance, so it didn't really go to plan. Oh well. We did get the shotgun shells that I wanted, though. There is one more room that we can explore on this floor, but we can't do anything in it at the moment, so we're just going to go up to the next floor. If you're on a ranking run, it's highly advisable to avoid room 203. It's very, very difficult to complete without taking a hit, and you want to avoid every bit of damage that you can take, because I've mentioned this several times, but you are ranked on the amount of damage you take throughout your playthrough, which was not a concern at all in Silent Hill 1. Alright, we want to go immediately to the end of this hallway. Just blast this nurse down. It really is prudent to kill all the nurses as you're advancing through here, for reasons that we'll get into once they become relevant. I believe this room? Yes. Inside this room, we get some more handgun bullets, and we get an ampule, the best healing item in the game. Fully restores James's health, and a new mechanic to it is that it maxes out your stamina for a couple minutes, meaning that James will never slow down while he's running while an ampule is in effect. What's this paper say? She is an angel. No one knows, only I can see the lady of the door. They cannot walk along her bridge of thread. They fall from the weight of their crimes. Notice that a lot of people in this hospital struggle with using punctuation. Like bloated and ugly corpses, their sin, she devours them, sin and sinner alike. She saves me, she is an angel. Work on your run-on sentences, buddy. Oh dear. Well, that was not what I wanted to do. Yeah, the respawning nature of the nurses in this place can be very obnoxious. Whoop. And sometimes they just like to creep up while your camera won't allow you to see them. Alright, let me take a stock of my bullets here. No more shotgun shells at the moment, but we do have enough handgun ammo that I can splurge a little bit on using that. Like I said, we only need around 40 bullets for what we need it for, so it is okay if we use up, just 4 every now and again to take out some of these nurses. Now, we walked by this without commenting on it, but I'm guessing this is the doorway that note was referring to. Huh. Yeah. So it's like partially painted, partially sculpted. Interesting. And if you look along this wall, there's sort of like a... I'm not sure if this is supposed to resemble anything. It's an interesting wall mural, though. There aren't too many rooms that actually have anything in them in this hallway, but we can go back into Maria's room and find that she's actually missing. It's a lot more pill bottles than it seemed like Maria had. She's only taking 1. But yeah, you can hear some heavy breathing in here. I wonder if Maria's still in the normal hospital. Okay, thankfully nobody was standing waiting for us as we came out. Heading into this hallway over here. Let me see. Oh dear, I actually... Okay. I forgot to actually reload the gun, so it's a good thing nothing was there to whack us or we weren't surrounded. Okay. Let's go into this hallway right here. There's nothing for us in the padded cell area, so we can just ignore that. And we do want to take these nurses out for later, because when we come back through here, they'll be annoying to deal with. Let's just put it like that. Now, one thing to remark on is that there is a storeroom on this floor that we actually can go into, and it has some items for us, but we want to go into it later. Not that it really matters if we go into it now or if we just go into it later, but just for efficiency's sake, it makes more sense to go into it later, so we'll just ignore it for now. Now, heading out into the stairwell, the roof is locked. We can't get into there anymore. The doorways leading to the second and first floor are locked. We can't go in there, but you may remember we got a basement key. Also, we've got a save point here. Remember this one for later. It's important. So, let's hope that the basement area is not gated off like it was in the normal hospital. And fortunately for us, it is not. So we can actually get down here. Heading into the basement. The heck is that sound? That's a little spooky sound that plays whenever you come in here. Gonna re-equip my shotgun because we can get away with using it once we go into the basement storeroom. Because as soon as the game loads, PS2 games, big unloading. There's some shotgun ammo for us here. Looks like there's some bloody handprints on the shelf. Well, let's see if we can't push it. Excellent form with the one-handed push there, James. Alright, well, looks like we found the basement's basement. Let's go.
James!
Mary? Oh, Maria. It's you. I thought you were... Sorry. Anyway, I'm glad you're alive.
Anyway? What do you mean, anyway? You don't sound very happy to see me. I was almost killed back there. Why didn't you try to save me? All you care about is that dead wife of yours. I've never been so scared in my whole life. You couldn't care less about me, could you?
No, I just...
Then stay with me. Don't ever leave me alone. You're supposed to take care of me. So, what about Laura? Did you find her?
Yeah, but she ran away.
We've got to find her.
You really seem to care about her. Do you know her?
I've never met her before. I just feel sorry for her. She's all alone. And for some reason, I feel like it's up to me to protect her.
Well, Maria seems to be a bit high-strung at the moment. Arguably, she has justification for it, but yeesh, that was pretty brutal. Also somewhat ironic that even though she wants James to protect her, in turn, she feels like she needs to protect Laura. Anyway, inside the basement we find the precious object that patient lost, the copper ring. This is one of 2 keys that we need to actually get out of here. You may remember that the door with the painted lady, it was a 3D painting / sculpture, and, you know, we could probably fit this ring on one of those hands, but we do need another ring to go along with it. You can't just have one ring on one of your hands, right? And I am kind of messing up going around the staircase, pardon me. Alright, now we do have to escort Maria again. Fortunately, if you've been killing the nurses on the way, you shouldn't have to worry too much about her getting into trouble. Okay, yeah, good. We don't have to worry too much. And in these straight hallways, you know, we're just able to approach at our leisure and pop them with the shotgun to knock them over and then stomp them, so we don't have to worry too much. Do want to make sure, though, that we're just cleaning them out so that we don't have to worry about Maria doing something silly. There we go. There'll probably be a couple more waiting for us on the second floor, but that's okay. Now that we have Maria in tow, we can check out on the thing on the second floor that I ignored earlier, so let's make our way there. Alright. Just go in. Sadly, unlike Silent Hill 1, you cannot skip the elevator transitions. You do have to actually watch the elevator ride down, or just wait until it gets there.
Correctly and receive the punishment. It all depends on you. And our lucky, or should I say unlucky challenger today is James Sunderland. Are you ready to play trick or treat? Okay, here's your first question. Merry-go-round, haunted house, roller coaster, Ferris wheel, and teacups. Silent Hill is home to a thrilling amusement park that both children and adults love. The question is, what is the name of this amusement park? 1. Fantasyland. 2. Silent Hill Amusement Park. 3. Lakeside Amusement Park. Okay, quickly on to question number 2. Silent Hill witnessed a gruesome murder a few years back. A brother and sister were playing in the road when they were attacked and chopped into pieces with an axe. Torn flesh, smashed bones, splattered blood, and finally... What a terrible tragedy. What a gruesome end to such innocent lives. What was the name of the murderer who committed this vile act? 1. Walter Sullivan. 2. Scott Fairbanks. 3. Eric Day. Now for our third and final question. South of the lake is a deserted old neighborhood called South Vale. From there to Palevale, the central resort area northwest of the lake, there's only one road you can take. Just one road, no more. The third and final question is, what is the name of that road? 1. Bachman Road. 2. Rindell Street. 3. Nathan Avenue. Well, that's the last of our questions. Have you got it all figured out? When you know the answers, head to the storeroom on the 3rd floor to collect your prizes. But be careful if you're wrong. Well then, everybody, thanks for tuning in. See you again sometime. Bye-bye.
was that?
An excellent question there, Maria. That was more than a little odd, I'll say. But yes, we have been given 3 multiple-choice questions, and if we answer them correctly in the third-floor storeroom, we get some fantabulous prizes. If we get them wrong, though, we'll cover that when it becomes relevant. But yes, all of those questions are perfectly answerable with the information we have at our disposal. The first and third question can be consulted by just looking at your map and aligning it with the questions he asked you, though you do not get an opportunity to review the questions, if I remember correctly. Actually, let's just take a look at our memo and see if James took any notes. Does not look like it, so yeah, you gotta remember what those questions are. The second, you may be remembering, we read a note about, or a magazine article about the Walter Sullivan murder, so we already know that. Also, the first question could easily be answered if you played the first game, because you'd obviously already know that if you've beaten that one. Hey, what's with this fridge? Alright, let's try to open this up.
You can't open it?
Yeah, Maria, give me a hand here.
Come on. You're supposed to be the big man around here. How's a little girl like me supposed to help? What's this? Not very cute, is it? Here, James. You take it.
Thanks.
I love that little sarcastic thanks that James gives there. But come on, Maria, it's all about leverage. It isn't just raw strength, you know? But fortunately, we've gotten the second ring that we've needed to collect. Let me see. Alright, we can just get past this nurse. No need to shoot her. No need to go out of our way to kill stuff if we don't really need to. Always save a little bit here and there. Always a good idea. Now, to return to the third floor. Now, we have the rings we need in order to open up that door and get out of here. But we want to check out that storeroom, and it's also very, very important on hard mode that you save here, or else you are going to really regret it on your first playthrough of hard mode. Just trust me on this one. So first order of business, let's make a save so that we can check out that we're going to check out the trick first, and it's a very good idea to save here, because you can imagine what a trick on something called Trick or Treat in Silent Hill does to you. So let's just make our backup save here. And get onto that storeroom. And this is why I was delaying coming to the storeroom, because while there are some items in there that we can collect before the trick-or-treat quiz, it's just slightly more efficient in terms of routing everything out to just grab that stuff when we have the trick-or-treat box. If you came in here before you got the quiz, this box would not be here. But there would be this stuff, first aid kit, some handgun bullets, and some shotgun shells. Now, first order of business, we're going to get a wrong answer, so to do that, let's just hit 2. We'll just go all 2. Then those are all wrong answers. So, oh dear. And I thought that was an insta-kill, but if you fail the quiz, the game just dumps a bunch of acid on your head. But you also do not get the prize. I could have sworn that killed you, but apparently not. So we're just going to do a soft reset here. Press the select and start buttons plus L and R, and you will go back to the main menu. This is as good a time as any to bring up the continue function. The continue function of this game is completely useless. Unlike continues in Silent Hill 1, where the game periodically made checkpoints that you could continue back to, and you could actually use a continue in a ranking run, in Silent Hill 2, continue just loads your most recent save file, but still counts against you in rankings if you load your file that way. It is completely stupid and pointless, and I don't know why they did it like that, so yeah, you'll never use the continue function in this game. I was surprised that it did not kill me, so yeah, I get, okay, if you're at full health, Trick or Treat does not kill you, whatever. So, the correct answers are 3, 1, 3. For answering that correctly, look at the cache of ammo we've got here. And that's not all. We also have a couple ampules. Very, very nice. And this is what I meant by we're going to have pretty much all the shotgun ammo we need for the rest of the game at this point. That is a huge cache of ammo, and once we're back onto the streets of Silent Hill, we're going to be collecting even more ammo, and we're going to be able to just easily avoid everything we come across. So this pretty much sets us on ammo for everything we could possibly want to kill for the rest of the game, so good stuff there. Heading back to the Painted Lady. now that we have the 2 rings, and also make sure your handgun is fully loaded at this point, it's critical that it is, we can just combine the 2 rings and slot them onto the hands on the door. Admittedly, I would have liked to save after doing Trick or Treat, just in case I screw this up, because it is very, very easy to screw this section up on hard mode. But hopefully I've practiced this enough in my my practice playthroughs and my 10-star ranking run that I can do this correctly on the first try. Fingers crossed, knock on wood. Not going to actually knock on wood because that really messes with the microphone. There's a note on the ground. Inside is some kind of hard-to-read writing. I took the director's key, the one to the museum. I hid it behind the praying woman when I went out for the day trip. I picked it up, but I did not steal it. I'm not a criminal. Yeah, another Flowers for Algernon-esque note there. Again, I'm not sure if that's specifically meant to be a reference, or if that was just something like in localization to emphasize the mental instability of the people in this hospital. I imagine they said, I don't know how those would have been written in Japanese. Now, heading into this hallway, you're safe when you first enter. As soon as you turn the corner, and I mean this quite literally, when you just round the corner, that's when a threat appears. That is when this gets a bit more dicey. So, I'm going to collect myself. I might not be able to explain this super well as I do it, but hopefully this goes well. So, as soon as we round this corner, we want to back up, go past Maria. Pyramid Head is chasing us, and he has a spear. 10. Okay, and once that's done, we want to go forward, round 2 more corners, go into our pause menu, and reload the gun. And then wait for Maria to catch up. We want to go past her. Whoop. No, that was a screw up. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Then we want to go through this corner, go to this corner. Pyramid Head, he will be stunned for a bit if we... also, I miscounted my bullets there. Hopefully that does not affect us. He will be stunned and won't attack if you shoot him with a handgun worth of bullets. So that was 10 right there. We want to go 2 more corners. Okay, reload the gun again. On normal mode, you can just ignore Pyramid Head entirely and run past him. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But on hard mode, he moves a lot faster, attacks a lot more aggressively, and he can kill Maria in 4 stabs, so you have to shoot him on this mode.
Open up!
Despite our best efforts, Maria dies anyway. However, you do have to actually make it to that elevator. If she dies before you get there, it's game over. Like I said, on normal mode, you're able to just blitz down that hallway and just let Maria take the hits from Pyramid Head, but he hits so hard and moves so fast on hard mode, you actually do have to stop him with the handgun in order to actually clear that section. I think the most efficient way you can do it is round the first corner, stun him, around the next 2 sets of corners, stun him, and I think, as long as Maria hasn't taken any damage, you can make it past him without her dying, but I usually like to empty at least 30 bullets into him before I reach the end, just to be safe. It's not super critical, though. But that's the last moment where we really need any handgun bullets. Going forward, I can rely on shotgun for killing, and just bring out the handgun when I feel like it might be a more effective thing. But at this point, we can just default to using the shotgun for pretty much everything. We'll have more than enough ammo to take out enemies and any bosses that we want to use it on. Now, inside the hospital director's office, he who is not bold enough to be stared at from across the abyss is not bold enough to stare into it himself. The truth can only be learned by marching forward. Follow the map. There's a letter and a wrench. Bit of an interesting note there, but James will take note of the important things on the map there, notably the letter and the wrench, and marks off a section on Rosewater Park and the Silent Hill Historical Society. This is what that note we found was referring to, the director's key to the museum. We got to get the letter and the wrench, and then get to the park. Hopefully that wrench will help us secure that key. And then we will be able to enter the Historical Society. Hey, it's Laura. That's so weird, though. She's marching around like there isn't anything threatening in this town. That's crazy that she hasn't been attacked yet. There's nothing else to do in the hospital, so now it's time to go out into the streets of Silent Hill in the other world. Once we get out here, James will take a moment to beat himself up over his failure to protect Maria. Alright, so, yeah, what should we do at this point? I guess our only option really is to follow Laura. And James is really starting to question the meaning of his mission. But, that's interesting. When did he say that? Do you have some reason to suspect that Maria or Mary hated you, James? Weird. Anyway, here is by far one of the most annoying sections of the game. We are in the streets of Silent Hill in the other world. Not nearly as industrial as it was in Silent Hill 1, but as you can see, it is ridiculously dark and hard to see what you're doing, so this is always a section where I get lost and tend to blunder. I kinda know where I'm going at this point after doing so much, but this is definitely the sequence in the game where I'll most frequently be checking the map to try and figure out where I'm going. Fortunately, I know where a lot of the ammo is, so let's go here. We got a new type of ammo here, rifle shells. It'll be quite a while before we get the hunting rifle, though, so it's not really anything that's helpful to us at the moment. Be careful, there are a few nurses wandering around here, and they can attack you while you're picking up the ammo. Got more rifle shells and more handgun bullets. Like I said, gonna be a while before we can actually do anything with the rifle. Now that that's all been grabbed, let me see, I think I want to go on to this side of the street, because we can get some items just following this all the way down. But yeah, there's, nurses have flooded the streets of Silent Hill now. Let me check the map here. Okay, yeah, actually, we do want to hang right here and then go all the way down. But they're much less threatening here because we have ample room to just run around them, and they're not particularly fast. They are a bit faster and aggressive than mannequins, but again, they only have a melee attack, and they don't, like, leap at James or anything. So you're not overly concerned about being hurt by them. Got some ammo here, if I can pick it up. Some handgun bullets. And some more handgun bullets. But as you saw, we already got even more shotgun shells on top of the huge supply of them we got from Trick or Treat, so we are beautiful on ammo at the moment. And like I said, we've got ample room to get around the nurses. They are no threat to us at this point. We can just ignore them completely. In a ranking run, this is the point where you're going to start farming up a bunch of shooting kills, since you have tons of shotgun ammo to work with, and you're going to be able to take out the nurses really easy here. Here, in this area, we're on a sort of grated walkway. We've got a unique enemy. I believe their name is Mandarins, and also, ow. They're very annoying, but they're not particularly difficult. They just attack you from under the gratings. They're very random about if they attack you when you walk over them. They're actually very bullet spongy. It takes about 6 shotgun blasts to knock them off the gratings. It's generally advised that you just ignore them, because you'll take a lot more damage trying to kill them if you just run past them, and there are only 3 of them there. We do encounter them a couple times throughout the game, but they're by far one of the rarest enemies in the game. And here we are back on Saul Street. That was the locked gate that we came across at the beginning of the game, and we are in front of the Saul Street mobile home. So let's just grab this first aid kit here. A couple more items have repopulated the areas of Silent Hill as we return through, so we have some stuff to get, and get even more shotgun shells here. Nice, we are doing great on those. But I think this video has run long enough. I always like to keep it around a half an hour, between a half hour and 40 minutes if I can, so I think we'll take a break here and make another save file. So, when we come back, we will secure that letter and wrench, get the key from the Rosewater Park that the patient hid there, and we will head into the Silent Hill Historical Society and see what awaits us there. We don't really have any other leads, but it definitely feels like the town is leading us there. So, as always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you in the next video. Until then, though, goodbye.